सो हमने गवर्नमेंट जॉब में तो रिजर्वेशन का सिस्टम सुना ही था, बट अब प्राइवेट सेक्टर में भी रिजर्वेशंस आने लगे हैं. सो रिसेंटली द कर्नाटका गवर्नमेंट approved and then immediately withheld a bill that would mandate 75% reservation in non-management jobs and 50% reservations in management jobs for local candidates in the private sector. And it's not the first time. Other states such as Haryana and the Andhra Pradesh have also attempted to provide jobs for locals by introducing reservation in the private sector. The Haryana government has announced to provide employment opportunities for Agniveers, the recruits under the Agnipath scheme introduced by the central government in 2022. However, the laws passed in Haryana and Andhra Pradesh have not been implemented after the top CEOs and the industry bodies warned the Karnataka government that the proposed law on job reservation in private sector would drive away companies and set the clock back on progress. The state leadership on Wednesday said the bill has been withheld and the cabinet would discuss it. Biofund founder Kiran Manzoomdas Shaw said the proposed law should exempt highly skilled recruitment from the policy. NASSCOM, an industry body that represents software and service companies, unequivocally said that the bill's provision would stifle startups and force companies to reallocate as local skilled talents become scarce. Famous venture capitalist Mohan Das Pai described that the bill is a discriminatory, regressive and fascist in a social media. While framing the constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar envisaged common citizenship throughout India, irrespective of the local jurisdiction of the provinces and the Indian states. Article 19 reflects this view as it guarantees every citizen's fundamental right to move freely throughout India, to reside and settle in any part of the country, and to practice any profession or to carry on any occupation, trade or business. Separately, Article 15 prescribes that the state shall not discriminate against any citizen on the grounds only of religion, race, caste, sex and place of birth or any of them. These fundamental rights have no geographical boundaries. Article 16 guarantees equality of opportunities in matters of public employment. Several states have a linguistic criteria as a workaround to the sons of the soil only rule. A working knowledge of the local language as a requirement to take up public jobs. Additionally, Article 371 of the Constitution provides special concessions to several states. Judgments like Indira Sahni versus Union of India 1992, Nagaraj versus Union of India 2006, Pradeep Jain versus Union of India 1984 have dealt with the keeping of reservation percentage. The Supreme Court addressed domicile-based reservation in educational institutions, emphasizing that such reservation should be minimal and only to the extent necessary to remedy the backwardness. So what is the Karnataka's reservation for local in the private sector bill? The bill mandates a substantial reservation for 75% for local candidates in non-management positions or 50% in management position within private sector companies, industries and enterprises in Karnataka. So ये definition क्या है local candidate की? Local candidates and individuals born in the state or living in the Karnataka for at least 15 years and are capable of speaking, reading or writing Kannada. So the argument that is set in the favor of the private sector reservation bill, it said that the local employment generation होगा, economic equity and balanced होगा, regional development होगा, mandatory training program can enhance the skills of the local workforce, making them more competitive and better equipped to meet industry demands. Providing more job opportunities to locals can foster a stronger sense of belonging and reduce social tensions, promoting community harmony. The language proficiency requirement helps preserve and promote the local language and culture, fostering a stronger cultural identity. So the voices that are against the bill, they give the argument like the policy may limit companies ability to hire the best talent, adversely affecting their efficiency and competitiveness. The local workforce may lack the necessary skills for specialized roles, leading to operational inefficiencies and increased training costs. There are legal and administrative burden also. Ensuring compliance with the policy could impose additional legal and administrative cost on the companies. The policy has been criticized for potentially discriminating against non-local candidates, violating the principle of equal opportunity. Domicile-based reservation may adversely affect a state's economic growth by deterring business and limiting jobs opportunities. Moreover, in the regions experiencing significant inward migration, such as policy could hinder national integration and economic mobility. So the reservation policy could be implemented in a way that does not hamper the free movement of manpower resources in the country. The reservation policy could be revisited periodically to assess its impact on the economy and the industries in the state. Need to ensure that any policy decision taken is in a compliance with the Constitution of India and does not violate the fundamental rights of citizens. As of now, formal legislation requiring private sector reservation has not been enacted in Karnataka. The proposal remains a subject of intense debate among political leaders, business circles, and the general public. The Karnataka government may need to balance the need for social justice with the practical implications for the business environment and economic growth. Thank you.